Taurus, I did a channel for you and I got a Morse code machine. You know, back in the day, like in wars and things, when they're like, do, 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 like that. Do you like my impression of a Morse code machine? I don't know where that came from. Maybe a past life, Taurus. But it's like a message. It's information coming through to you. And I've got a couple of oracle cards to kick off the reading. This is for November 2025, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers. And first thing I got is this weird card, the Galactic Mushroom. I know, the Divine Matrix. So strange, this card, but actually kind of makes sense to me in a sort of, if you think about the universe and you think about you, Taurus, and you're quite psychic as a sign, I feel like you're open to messages in the weirdest of ways. So the universe is trying to get something through to you. And in November, we've got Mercury retrograde, but for all the other signs that I've done as well, there's been a lot of focus on childhood, on what happened growing up, on things that have been repressed, unpacking those things, kind of whether you like it or not. But also for you, I feel, because I'm getting really weird channels for you. I'm getting, you know, in 1950s films, we've come along a few decades, not many, one, when they'd have a bit with spinning newspapers and it'd be like diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle, and then the newspaper headline would spin and stop and you'd see it, and then another one would spin and stop and you'd see it. What's going on with you? What in the Winston Churchill are we talking about? So expect weird flashbacks, expect weird messages. Mercury's retrograde most of November. So it gets really freaky and weird anyway, whether you like it or not. Kind of stuff where it can be anything from you get a weird text from a number you don't know, but you kind of do know, to you get a text where it's like invisible ink and it disappears. I think that's what Snapchat does, although I've never actually used Snapchat, but I believe what the kids are saying is the messages disappear. And I think they have it on WhatsApp now, let me know in the comments, where you can have messages that only last for a certain amount of time. I'm kind of getting that for you as well. Then I get the Netcaster. And this is about things coming to fruition. Preparations come to fruition. Okay, some of you may have been applying for jobs. Some of you, this may be to do with your love life. That's the second half of this reading where we do love and relationships. I think for you, it's like a broader, more philosophical kind of existing life thing. Let's take a couple tarot cards. Tell us about this message for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Tell me about the message and tell me in the comments. Drop your astrology, because I'm always nosy. And tell me, how do you get your divine messages? Like, do they come to you in a dream? Have you got a certain way? What, is there a sign that you normally get? Let me know, Taurus. Okay, these ones here. Your cards have almost chosen themselves, and there's a lot of them. Okay. Oh, God. Might put me readers on for this. There's a lot going on, that's for sure. You're not going to be bored in November. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. We're starting with the Hermit. Okay? We're using the Anna K Tarot. I've used this for the first time in ages. I've had it for ages. And everyone's asking me what it is. It's the Anna K Tarot. She does still sell it on her website as well. I am not financially connected to her at all. But I do love her cards. Okay. The Hermit. The wise one. The person who is receiving the signs in the cave now. This came up with Scorpio, so some of you might be dealing with Scorpio energy somehow. And it's come up with some other signs. And it may come up in your love section. there's something here about parallel timelines and Mercury retrograde and two caves. I'm getting two caves on a hill, and I got this for Scorpio and maybe even for Gemini or something. Two caves on a hill, and imagine that there's you and another person. It can be you and another person, it can be you and a job, it can be you and a situation, it doesn't matter. But there's two caves, and there's some sort of telepathic communication between the two caves. I know, it's weird, but you're weird, Taurus. You're the psychic ones. I always say this about you every month. So your readings are always quite woohoo, but stuff it. It is what it is. You know what I'm talking about. We've got these two caves, and you're in one of them, and something or someone is in the other one. And you found your own path to this cave. They found their own path to this cave, but somehow you're communicating maybe that whole Morse code thing. And I'm also getting a fire in the cave. Is there a fire on there? There's a candle, isn't there? I'm getting fire in the cave, and I'm getting cave paintings on the walls, hieroglyphics, things for you to read. I would say this is a particularly good month for learning anything spiritual, esoteric, starting a spiritual business, taking it a bit further, something artistic, whatever floats your boat spiritually, because you are so switched on to the universe, and the universe is kind of communicating with you, but you're also communicating with the universe all over. Okay, so receive the wisdom you're meant to receive. Okay, and I do think it does have something to do with relationships, and we'll look at it again in the second half, because we also get someone doing the washing up in a stream here. We've got the Page of Cups, and this can be a beginning of a love affair, but it can also be beginning of a friendship. It can be an apology, because they're kind of washing the cups up, they're making good, it's purification. It can be the beginning of you realizing you love something, like could be a subject, could be a way of life, could be a person. But the nice thing is, if I can get the card off the table, that it becomes the King of Cups. Now, Page, Knight, Queen, King, it's progression. So you're going to see the love of something progress. For some of you, it's a love of learning. For others of you, it's a love of self. Now, this has come up for nearly all the signs, but it's something to be aware of in November. Self-love and anything that stood in the way of it when you were younger is coming back in Mercury retrograde this month to be seen, to be heard, to be felt. So those of you who grew up not seen, not heard, not felt, the universe wants you to know it sees you. Oh my God, absolutely, that's what it is. I need to write it down. I got nothing to write it on. Am I going to write it on my hand? I never write on my hand. I'm writing on my hand. The universe sees you, Taurus. Oof. You are... This is weird, because it's all about cave painting, tattoos, me writing on my hand. There we go. It's probably backwards. You are seen. There's something here, like a spiritual graffiti. Oh my God. Why have I not got paper? I can't believe I'm having to write on my hand. Spiritual graffiti. Oof. This is important. Anything to do with writing, painting, drawing, any of that stuff is huge. But also, the universe wants you to come back to yourself. It wants you to get back inside yourself, to inhabit your body, to become part of the divine matrix, to receive the messages that you were born to receive, but maybe And I'm also, God, I'm getting so many channels for you. This is really exciting. I'm going to need paper. I'm going to start writing on a bloody cling film packet. That's what I'm going to start doing. How can I not have paper? This is it. I'm writing on a cling film box. Is what it is, and we do make do. I'm getting Harry Potter episode film 1, where Hedwig is bringing all of the letters, and I'm not even a huge Harry Potter fan, but Hedwig is bringing all of the letters and they're not reaching Harry. They're being intercepted. I'm writing it down. Hedwig, letters, Harry. They're being intercepted. It feels as if with this Mercury retrograde, with November, you need to come back to meet yourself. And for some of you, holy moly, and this is weird, you're the person in the cave and you're also the person in the other cave, and you're communicating with yourself as well. All the words you were meant to hear when you were younger, all the inspiration you were meant to have, all the things you were supposed to express, they're coming to you now. And now you're in a position, much more of a position of power than you were to do something about it. Phew, no wonder I needed a coffee. Okay, so we then get the King of Swords. Two things I get for this. Two things I get. One, some of you in your love life might be dealing with somebody who is difficult to, or finds it difficult to process their emotions, and you may find it difficult to read them emotionally. But I also get that you need to be strategizing somehow as well at the same time, because you're going to have all of this intuition, insight, knowledge, things to communicate, things to say. You're also dealing with a lot of downloads, and I feel like you're going to get them from everybody around you. And I think you need a filtration system. Do you know what I mean? Think of yourself as like a teacher in the university, and all of the students want to book time with you at the same time, and they're all crowding outside your office. I've got to let the cat out just a minute. God, Biggie, come on. Biggie's a Taurus, aren't you, Biggie? Biggie is my enormous fluffy cat who is a Taurus. Yeah, and all the students are trying to see you all at the same time. And you kind of need to devise a system, because otherwise you're going to burn out. Okay? I'm liking this. You get the Wheel of Fortune, telling you that there is something about right now, and I don't think this will happen in November, because November is a month where it's like it's the cauldron and we're putting all the ingredients in, you know, but the brew kind of happens towards December, mid-December. But for November, your luck is being calibrated. The more you express yourself, the more you feel yourself, the more you embody yourself, the more you stand in your own proper two shoes the way you should have done, but were prevented from, the more you will attract. I love this. We get the Page of Pentacles, which is always the card that just says, don't rush it, whoa Nelly, cool your jets, don't be in a hurry, okay? But that's okay, you're a Taurus, you're fixed there. I'm not too worried about that. Seven of Wands, there will come a point, and this could be in your work environment, I feel, but we haven't looked at love lives, it could also be there, where you will need to stand up and be counted. What you believe in will become very important. So one, as that hermit in the cave, you're going to need to know what it is you believe in, and not what you were told to believe in when you were younger, but more, how can I put it? Your own manifesto of you. It's a lot. Let's have a look at your love life. God, the readings have been so full on this month. and yours is no exception. That netcaster here, it's almost like claiming, you know, claiming what's yours and was always yours. Writing it on the cling film. I need a notebook. Let's have a look at your love life. I'm using Scarlet Rose. Yeah, baby. Moving into the erection section. Woof! That's come out a lot, that one. And that one. Oof, God. Okay, I'm going to take one more. It's a lot. There will be an extended love reading, as there is Lumineck every month. And boy, you're probably going to need it. Okay, it's a lot. 2 10s for a start. 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. And don't be fooled by the fact that this is like roses instead of swords. It's still a very challenging card, okay? There is a reckoning coming to all people about romantic relationships in November. You are needing to have a reality check here with yourself, with the universe, okay? Because this is, and Taurians do a lot of this because you're very capable, picking up the tab for others, being available to others, supporting others, taking on the psychic difficulties of others, you know, being in a supportive role, but you add to it and add to it and add to it until it's a burden. I'll be honest, you're made of strong stuff. It's a burden you could keep carrying if you really wanted to or needed to. But I'd rather you didn't, because I feel like you deserve some of that space back for yourself. You may be in a situation where you have to. I mean, obviously, if this is for your kids, or if this is for your pets, or if this is for your family or friends, then maybe. But if this is for another grown-ass adult, I'd be quite particular about it. 10 of Swords always comes up when there are family patterns, ancestral patterns at work in your love life. Okay, so it could be yours, it could be theirs, but just know that ancestry is running the show a bit here. I mean, the ancestry, we bring it along with us, and I always think that Taurians are definite candidates for past life. I don't know why. You tell me in the comments. I would love that. And if this is resonating, by the way, do hit the hype button, the secret hype button that YouTube tells nobody about. It is, if you're on a phone, you go to the like button, smash that bad boy, and then flick like you're on Tinder looking at men holding big fish, and you'll see it. It will be like clip, rewind, all kinds of crap, and then hype. And do please hype the video if it's really resonating with you. Okay. Queen of Cups. Now, I know she's not the Earth Queen, but I often associate I associate her with the Queen of Pentacles and with you as well, because she's the psychic. So, you know what you need to drop. And you know as well, I think, or you're going to shine, there's a mirror going to shine to you what your patterns are that are playing out from the past as opposed to the truth about where you are now. Scorpio season, the Death card, it's come up in every signs reading this month. I'm quite pleased to see it, but it is very challenging. If you're in a relationship and you're looking for change, it can't be half-mast. It can't be, halfway. It's completely or nothing. It's all or nothing. Oh, yes. Now I'm liking this. You get the Magician. This is not you. Some of you are dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because we've got the King of Swords and we've got the Magician. Others of you may be dealing with somebody who you can't quite see. Either it's long distance or they're not completely open. There's a certain opacity to this. What they call seeing through a glass darkly. You see them, but I tell you what I get for you. I get, you know, like on doors when you have that bobbly glass so you can't see through it, but you can see someone coming to the door through the glass and they're all distorted. It's that. The picture you have of this person is not quite the truth of who they are. Now, being a good Taurus and being psychic and whatnot, you probably have an idea about this. But this is going to come into play in November. In the extended reading, I think I've done this for a lot of signs as well. I'm going to do a me and you side-by-side reading where I read your energy and their energy next to each other, and then we riff off those cards, because I think that requires a bit of investigation and a bit of a peek behind the curtain, quite honestly. And then you, right next to that Magician, are coming to me as the Empress. Woohoo. Woohoo, yee-haw and a woof. This is a big power card. Venus, and that's your ruler. And it's all four queens put together. Massive amount of psychicness. Massive amount of being in your feminine energy. It feels like, and I want one of these. It feels like the universe is wanting to put you back on that throne and get you into your rightful place and get you believing in what you've already seen, actually, and already felt, but maybe not registered, okay? Let's just do a big girl shuffle here and take an oracle card for this. That one. I know this card. Never-ending story. There is a piece of this puzzle that is, see this? That to date has been missing. Yeah. And you get higher power, and frankly, that is you. Right, I'm going to go looking for it in the extended reading. We're going to do a me and you side-by-side reading. The link is in the description box. I'm going to go and do it now. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.